Alright, welcome back to Sunday Garage.
What's up?
Today,
Episode 3 of the Mazda.
something serious is happening today.
The best investment I have so far made.
Boom. But what's going on today? What's happening that's so huge?
Alright, what's happening today here, just, Alright, so what's happening today is we're going to go from back here, going down, all the way up, and we are cutting out my firewall, so I'm going to have 2 cylinders inside my cab.
Most likely.
Mid-engine Mazda.
We're literally just sliding the motor back until the drive shaft goes into the transmission, and then that's where it's going to sit. So it's probably going to have about 2 cylinders in the cab, and it's going to be sick. It's going to probably be the first mid-engine 302 swap Mazda b2200.
Yeah.
With a 5-speed.
With a 5-speed. Oh, I need the tool set. Where's the tool set?
It is in my Ford.
I'll grab it. You talk.
Speaking of my Ford, actually, we'll run over here with Brady. So, we have some serious problems with the Ford.
Well, number one.
Oh, you probably just latched the hood completely. Yeah, the hood's latched. Oh.
There's a 6-cylinder now.
And the front clip is on. I got the other fender put on it, off the other truck. But, our problem. The starter only clicks when I turn the key, and then after that, I lose all power. It just like, done. Which makes no sense because the battery has, 12.5 volts. And then on top of that, we were trying to bleed my clutch, and my brand new slave cylinder, which, let me remind you, is in the transmission.
Inside of it.
In the bell housing of the transmission, was dumping fluid out. So I have to pull the transmission out. Again. Apparently this truck does not like transmissions being in it. So I'm starting to get a little bit irritated because there's no way I can possibly pull that transmission on dirt with a car jack. I need at least concrete, which is a problem because I don't know that I could really go over to Steiner's because he's got Darlene in there right now because he's rebuilding her. I don't know if he's been recording any of it, but he's basically completely restoring her on a body-wise and everything and making her into a show truck. So she's in the shop with the doors off and the fenders and the hood and all that crap off, so she can't go outside. Of course, Blue is in there as well because that's not done yet. So I'm not sure what I'm gonna do. It's probably gonna get put on the back burner. But because of that, we're working on Lally today.
3 months since our last video on Lally?
3 months.
3 months.
Now I don't remember if I showed it, but since the last time I've worked on Lally, I put a new transmission cross member in, which actually works, and then I also got my clutch line ran and my clutch bled. All I need to do is wire up my fuel pump. I need to kind of address some of the fuel lines a little bit better because it looks really bad underneath the engine bay with the fuel filter and the regulator and the gauge all right there.
Yeah.
I'm gonna move the filter to in front of the fuel pump, and then after the fuel pump I'm gonna run my regulator, and I'll probably run my gauge up in the on top of the motor still, along with another fuel filter. So yeah, but today I don't have the wiring to wire up my fuel pump yet. I need to buy some. So today we're actually taking Lally back to stock in a way. I'm putting her old fenders back on because I'm just over the whole rainbow mismatched color thing. So I'm putting her old fenders on even though they're damaged. I don't care. The old bed's going back on it. I don't care. I have a tonneau cover that'll cover the butchered bed sides, so she's going back to stock. I'm literally gonna make it look how it used to again, which means I'm pulling those coil springs back out. She's going back down on the ground. The main reason why I was gonna kind of do a pre-runner build is because I didn't have a truck that I could take down to the river and stuff, so I need something that sat a little bit higher and could get down to the rivers and all that around here and go down dirt roads. But since I have my Ford, I don't necessarily need that anymore. So I can go back to my slammed, lowered daily, but now she's got a V8. She's gonna look just like she did with the 4-cylinder when I had her at first, you know, slammed and lowered and on the torque thrust, but with a V8. So it's gonna be sick. But Brady right now is working on pulling out heater boxes and all this other crap so that we can cut this firewall and put a 302 literally in the cab of a Mazda.
Yeah, basically.
And it's gonna be sick.
So we're getting there.
We'll catch up with you guys in a minute.
Alright, so in the Mazda, you know, trying to tear out this heater crap and all that. Well, I decided to finally take out this rubber mat and this sound deadener underneath it, and well, this is what I found underneath it. It's a whole lot of ants. There's ants everywhere. They were living underneath my mat. So that's fun. Yeah. So yeah, apparently my Mazda is home to thousands of ants. So that's fantastic. Don't worry, they will be dead here very shortly. I'll take care of that one. But as soon as I can get this out right here, I will be ready to cut a gigantic hole in my firewall so my V8 can be in my cab, basically. And then I gotta get rid of this rubber matting and crap like that. But
should have bought an S10. You wouldn't have that problem.
Shut up, Zach.
302 and an S10 would be pretty dope.
Yeah, I know, but everyone would be very, very mad at you.
There's people that have done it.
Yeah. But anyway, guys, we're gonna get back at it, and next thing you'll see is this out of here. Alright guys, so far we've got I've got all my heater core and all blower and all that crap out. So we're now to the point where we're gonna cut the firewall out. However, the only problem with cutting the entire firewall, oh Jesus, oh, I caught you. I dropped you, but I caught you, don't worry. So basically, as you can see, this valve cover, you can see this valve cover through here. It goes right about here. So basically what we'd have to do, we'd have to cut up and around, but the problem is my gas pedal is right here. And to move it, like it's connected to this right here, and that's connected like to the body itself. So it'd be a real pain in the butt to well, to move the gas pedal, really. Unless, well, hang on now. Hang on just a minute now. Actually, is this connected to that? It actually doesn't look like it is, to be honest. Okay, never mind. We have hope. Okay, cool. Well, I'm gonna go ahead and take out my gas pedal because it doesn't look like it's actually connected to that. I stand corrected. This is just my parking brake. So yeah, let's go ahead and take that out real quick and be right back. All right, so I got it figured out. It was just 2 bolts. A lot easier than I thought it would be. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna get rid of the park brake, because I mean it works, but I don't really need it because 5-speed don't need it. So I'm gonna get rid of that, and we are ready to cut out a firewall. And we'll I'll set you guys up so you can see that whole thing and how we cut it out and everything. But let me pull this park brake out, and then we'll get right back to it. Alright, it is time to cut the firewall. Is it not?
A lot of this is about to disappear.
Yeah.
Because you're basically cutting from here, like straight up.
Up to like right up here, all the way to the top, all the way across. Probably.
I'd go as high as possible.
Yeah, we'll probably go all the way up to probably this this little thing right here, but we'll go across. I need to go to at least down on the other side of park brake cable, at least to there and all the way down, and then we're gonna come up a little bit, about right to this first little cut right here. So, well, let's get at it. You can play music because it'll be. Boys. Yeah!
Oh my god.
It's gonna be lit. Here, let me cut this.
Yeah, you can just buy one of those universal throttle cables at AutoZone.
Oh my god. Here, take my floor.
Wait, hold on. I'm trying to. There we go. I can grab it right there. Won't be needing this anymore. Oh my god.
This is lit.
Oh.
Look how easy it is to change the transmission now.
Right? And the thing is, when we build your doghouse, we'll make it removable.
Yeah.
We're not just going to directly weld it in.
Yeah, we'll make it removable. This is lit.
You can get to the back of your motor so easily now.
Right? See, we still gotta plug these. Those are the EGR or the smog, whatever you wanna call it. There's little holes for that, so I gotta plug those. But other than that, nothing else needs plugged besides my intake. And I gotta get some plugs for that. Hopefully, next video you see on this truck, we will have it running. Hopefully. I have high expectations, but.
The question is, are we going to use the engine hoist right now? Or do you need, like, try and put it in?
Yeah, we'll get it all the way in. There is nothing hitting anymore.
Do we want to just bring the engine hoist over here?
Yeah, we'll just bring it over here.
Yeah.
So yeah, we're gonna go get the engine hoist. We're gonna get this sucker in here. And I mean in here, literally in here. Because my transmission is already in here. I'm about to have 2 cylinders in here, so this is gonna be fun. I just can't with this.
It took a little bit of persuading for me to get him to finally make up his mind to do this, because he was scared about how, like, all the fabricating. I was like, well, for one, we need to learn, and for two, a mid-engine Mazda.
Who else has done this?
The thing is, technically, would it be a mid-engine Mazda? Kind of.
Yeah.
It's set back real far. This thing is going to handle really well if you get a nice suspension under it. Because your center of gravity is going to be like right here in the middle of the truck.
Yeah, I know. It's going to be freaking lit. See, like, it needs to come back far enough because right here where I sit, of course, the seat goes up farther than this.
But that's where you need it, really.
This is kind of where I need my seat. And where's my steering wheel? There it goes. Removable steering wheel. Just kidding. Right about there is where I need it. I need my shifter to be where it was, but I'm not bringing it back that far.
We'll just have to make
we're
a
gonna
shifter that can kind of...
We're going to make it out of chain link. We're going to weld chain links, you know what I mean? I'm sure you guys have seen those. But yeah, we're going to make a chain link shifter, which is going to be pretty lit. But other than that, this is a project that I didn't see coming, honestly.
You know, I thought the Blazer was wild. This takes the cake.
This definitely takes the cake on the wild crap we've done.
I can't wait to see that motor slid, you know, 4 inches further back.
At least 2 cylinders in here. Like, oh my God, that's gonna be something else. I'll tell you that much. I'm excited. I'm excited now.
This might be the first mid-engine Mazda b2200 ever with a 302.
With a 302, yeah.
A lot of guys, they might do a bed.
Yeah,
like an engine in the bed,
like like a Datsun.
Or they just do like a regular V8 up front, but we have it in the cab, basically.
Yeah, basically. It's about to be, if it's not right now, but...
I think there's going to be a little bit more trimming, most likely.
Yeah, we'll probably have to trim a little bit more over on this side.
Like right here, maybe.
Maybe, but more. I think it'd be more over here, especially to get my... Which, the weird thing about this motor is, I have no problems with my header clearance on either side.
And they're just regular stock,
they're just
like 94
stock
F-150.
94 302 headers, like no problem clearing.
And they are actual headers, not manifolds.
They are actual headers. They're not manifolds. But I have no problem clearing on either side. My steering shaft is well away from it. It's really weird. So this thing's about to be in here, and it's gonna be fun. So catch you guys here in a minute.
Alright, I just want to give you all a little update on where we're at. So, we have a lot of the firewall cut out now. And the further and further it goes in there, the more and more excited we get. But, yeah, as you can see, a lot of the firewall is gone now. There's going to be a lot of fabricating for a new floor and everything. But... right now, Brady's under the truck pulling the old drive shaft out because it's not going to work, and we are currently hitting it. And it turns out we will be able to use that one cross member that came with his motor mounts. So we're going to be mounting it to... here, if I can get you guys down in here. We're going to be mounting it there, to that pad. And then, yeah, she should sit in there like a dream after we... maybe do a little bit more trimming, but that'll leave him with enough room up front for his radiator and hopefully some electric fans behind it. I don't know, he's probably gonna have to run his fans on the front, which is, I've heard, a little bit more, like it's a little bit less efficient, so we'll see, but we're getting there. Alright, so I told you guys you were gonna see Lally today, and I got a little bit of work done on her that I wanted to. I still got to go buy a wire to do my fuel pump, so I wasn't able to do it. But I put her stock fenders back on. I also maintained a cowl hood for her, which needs a lot of body work. But for what it is, it looks good to me. I still got to zip tie those back up like they used to be and fully bolt my bumper down. I also put the stock driver fender back on, so basically half of it's done. I just gotta put the stock bed back on, put the lowering springs back in it, because I can't ever make up my mind on what I want to do. But it's going back on the lowered springs. It's staying there. Not much has changed on the truck. Besides, she's gained a lot of dirt and nastiness. So I really need to get in here with a vacuum and, you know, some cleaning product, re-detail it, make it look pretty again. God, it looks like a mess, but at the same time, it's also organized. But yeah, that's where Lally's at. We're also putting her stock wheels back on, which are on the Baptist right now, because he's gonna run I believe the Kragers on the Baptist. Maybe, I don't remember. Or no, he has a set of 18-inch Camaro wheels. Yeah, we've showed you those. But the Baptist is going to a 4-cylinder. And then the V8 is going into Jailbait, his new S10, which is over at Steiner's house. But that's kind of just an update on the S10s. We've been trying to get things done with his Mazda and my Ford, which I told you guys earlier, the predicament with that. So we're gonna get back to work and we'll catch back up with you in a minute.
Alright guys, we've got it figured out. My cuts are a little off, but it's okay because it's gonna work. Anyway, what we wind up doing in the very end is, I know my cuts are a little bit off right here. There's a little bit of a gap, but we cut them about to the angle of this back plate. We took off the original mounts, went to this back plate, and on both sides we had to turn this around backwards, and it works pretty well actually. So we're gonna weld this here. You can still take the motor out from here easily. So she's about to set up in here. There is now a 302 small block Ford inside of a Mazda b2200. Boom. So I'm about to weld up all that. As you can see, we've freaking destroyed. There's literally 2 cylinders of this motor inside my cab, and it's freaking great. I love it. But anyway, I'm gonna get to welding that and catch you with you guys in a minute. All right, guys. So we've got the motor welded. They're not the greatest welds in the world. Please don't make fun of me.
Harbor Freight flux core.
Yeah, Harbor Freight flux core welds. It'll stay there at least. But as you can see, distributor's going in the truck.
He was smart and did an HEI.
Yeah. If you're gonna do this, do it right.
Yeah, do it with an HEI. It's the easiest to run. You just run a hot wire to the coil and wires your starter and you'll run.
Yep. There we go. Mint. That's where she needs to be. This faces forwards from what I've seen in previous people, you know, people doing videos.
Which obviously you have to kind of fine adjust that.
Yeah. And I need to find where this goes. Okay. Gotta find the holes.
There's a little notch in the cap that lines up with this over here. See it right there?
Where?
It lines up right there.
Okay. Okay, there we go. Yeah, I mean, we'll have to fine adjust it. I think it'll be more like over this way than anything, but you know, that's really gonna restrict you down to an air cleaner like what me and Taylor are running right now. God, I keep dropping crap. But yeah, I mean, I don't mind running what you guys have. I mean, it's not a big deal.
Air cleaner's an air cleaner.
Yeah, as long as it cleans air, I don't care. Don't matter to me. I do enjoy Fords though, because these are in the front of the motor and it's not a pain in the butthole to get to these screws, or put your plugs on for that matter.
Yeah, if we were putting small block Chevy in this thing, we would have a lot of issues.
I would want to murder myself. But you know, she's in here.
Yeah, and then it's super simple to hook up. Like when you get your tack, you literally just shove a wire up there, and then you hook your hot wire right there for your coil, so it's hot.
And what we're gonna do is we're gonna have a switch connected to the hot wire for the distributor, also a switch connected to my fuel pump, and a switch connected to my fans. So we're gonna have 3 different switches, 3 different things, and then we're just gonna run the, you know, the starter off the key. I don't want to push button start because they're janky, and you know, I have to buy a really expensive one for it to actually work good.
And on top of that, you want to daily drive it,
yeah.
So you don't want it getting stolen.
Yeah. Yeah. We don't want that. But
because that right there is going to bring attention.
Greatest investment in this truck so far. But anyway, we're going to go ahead and end this video right here. Hopefully, next video, she runs. Maybe. We got some stuff to do. But we're not that far from being able to crank it, see if it fires, you know, at least that far. Obviously, I got to take bed liner out of the bed, put my fuel tank in, run my fuel lines. I've got crap to do.
Same day you do that, I'm going to be cutting a hole in my stock bed to run my stock bed again.
Yes, and but I mean, the motor is 100% in a Mazda. There are 2 cylinders in my cab.
Which, it's wicked. I love it. I love every bit of this. You may have to do a little bit more cutting for your headers, but not a whole lot. I think the driver's side is going to clear.
Yeah.
The passenger side is the only side we haven't cleared for the header yet.
I think either way, yeah, I mean, you know, I have to cut the floor out anyways to replace it because it's cancer. So that's really what made me go, you know, just send it. We got to cut it out. The only hard part's going to be building the dog box for it. And even then, I don't think it's really going to be that difficult. You just got to make sure you cut it and weld it, and we're going to make it to where we can pull it out like it would be like an Astro van or a bus, a flat nose bus. So basically, that's what we're building around that. All I have left to be able to at least crank and see if it runs is starter, get my carburetor on, plug up these holes, and put my wires on. And
technically, you don't even need to plug up the holes to start it, because we can dry run it for a second.
Yeah.
And then we can worry about your radiator and all your fans and stuff.
Yeah. I mean, just to see if it fires, we're not too far away. So next video on this truck, I'm not saying next video, but next video on the Mazda, hopefully you guys get to see it run.
So one last thing we got to do with the Mazda, speaking of the doghouse, is his gas pedal isn't able to go back where it was. And luckily, he has an extended cab. So what we're gonna do is, since he's so tall, we're gonna be moving the seat further back here because his gas pedal is probably gonna be about right where my foot is when we build the doghouse. So we'll have a piece of metal come straight out here and then go straight back. And then, yeah, his gas pedal will be right here. So his gas will be here. I don't think we're gonna worry about moving his brake pedal. And then obviously we'll leave his clutch pedal over here where they always are. We're not gonna worry about moving that, which that's another thing we gotta do before we can drive it.
Yes. I'm worried about starting at the moment.
Yeah. But that's about it for the doghouse.
So we're gonna end it here, and we'll see you guys next time. Thanks for watching.